Well, that's good to know. I might have to shut the door now and lock us in. And not that anybody's watching, but welcome to today's flight. Come on, I've got four people that are what do you call them? Friends? Something?
Whatever you want to call that.
Whatever you want to call them. All right. So Sydney to Gold Coast. Josh is here.
There you go.
And no doubt Josh is going to yell at me. Josh is a pilot, for those of you who don't know who Josh is.
Have you looked through the FCON from? Definitely not count there, I don't have that, but I definitely didn't send it to you. Have you looked through it?
No, not yet.
Really interesting stuff. Because their landing flap schedule is 1-5-20.
Oh,
They
really?
don't do any of the other ones. And then landing. But they skip 15.
Okay. And I use 15 for gear.
They skip it. Which I think is what we did originally, when I gave you. You might have swapped it out. I
need to look at it. All right, so I've set QNH 1008. We're using real world weather. As you can see, it's raining outside.
Just trusting you here. What runway?
Oh, departure.
Yeah.
16 left.
25 knot headwind. Decent amount.
Yeah.
Arrival will likely be.
Arrival is.
What does it have for? Yeah, what's the arrival actually?
So the arrival is 32. 32. Runway 32.
9 knot headwind. Sorry, that's the runway. What's the arrival?
Gomol. Oh, no.
No, it can't be right.
No, I don't know. I haven't put it in yet.
Did it not give it to you?
No.
You gotta change the settings in brief. There's a little checkbox that says sits and starts.
Yeah.
So it's probably just
So the other interesting thing about not SimBrief, but
it's gonna be burning.
SimBrief. So SimBrief told me that there's a new version which I refreshed. I put in my Sydney and Gold Coast, and it could not determine the alternate airport, even though Brisbane is 5 minutes away.
Strange.
So I think there's something weird going on with SimBrief.
We'll probably burn 3 alpha, I guess. Transition Bernie.
I put that there. Oh no, just don't do that. That's better.
Burn 3 alpha.
No, hang on, but what approach are we taking?
To the start.
Oh, you want to do burn 3 alpha? Burn 3 alpha.
And then just execute that for now.
Okay, you don't want to put 3-2 in?
Look at which NDB it actually is. Is there just an NDB for 3-2? I don't know if there is.
NDB for 3-2.
NDB DMA Zulu runway 3-2.
NDB Zulu 3-2.
I think that'd be my guess.
It's actually ND Mike Zulu. So is that not the one you're asking for?
I think it's the end because it's not saying the full NDB because it's NDB.
NDB.
Then it's got more to it. DME, which is probably the M part.
DM, and then you want to go Zulu.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Do we have a transition?
Depends. Do you want to do a hold and then an outbound to inbound?
No.
Why not?
Because you're just going to put me under pressure.
You'd be right. Maybe I'll back to you. And you
Okay.
can do the outbound part. Do the initial approach fix to CG1. Make sure you select the right one.
CG1 or CG2?
I don't know, one of them.
And if it's Gold Coast, why isn't it GC?
Yeah, it drives me nuts. I always keep saying, my dyslexia makes me say Cold Coast,
Yeah.
and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I was talking about this the other day to someone actually.
Because I kept keying it in for the flight plan, I kept getting it wrong.
Yeah. I think it's one. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
One's the NDB, one's a VOR, because
Okay.
you have NDB on this anyway.
It's in.
You have an NDB, yeah? Yeah, you've got ADS. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to check. I'm going to go legs, and I want to bring it up on my plan just to see. Right. Oh, hang on. Well, I can turn off the interior lights.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. Now,
Oh, we have to put that in as well. That's something to chuck on the list.
the what?
Dome light switch.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Switch them out to LEDs. Which would be way less painful.
Way less. Oh, what was I doing? Okay, I was looking at the map. All right. So I'm just going to step through this just
It'll look pretty out of whack.
to be. Let's do that. There we go. So 1/6 left, and then it's out over the, I guess it's over the ocean, and then heading north to Olsen. And then just following it north. Oh, that is a mess.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, down to Gomol.
Told you it was going to look weird.
Let's just zoom in here. Oh, that is horrible. So, Kerry to Gomol.
It's probably because you got Bernie twice, I'm guessing. That would be my guess. Is what it looks
There's Bernie.
like. Yeah, keep it down.
Why would I have Bernie twice?
No, go back up. Because I'm looking at our flight plan and it looks pretty good. There it is.
Oh, there's Bernie.
Yeah, so chuck the other Bernie on top of that Bernie. Bypass all that.
Yeah, Bernie. Okay, Bernie on top of Bernie.
Should look better.
All right, let's try that. Down to Rooney. Okay, so then that's also a bit of a mess.
Bernie to Rooney to Kerry. Because the arrival.
And then it's Vic. Oh, that's after me. Okay.
It's because it's putting. I think it's a shit. Where's a grave in this thing?
There's a waypoint called Fecal. So after Rooney, we go to Fecal. That's probably when I'm going to be shitting myself. See, that's funny, right? So that is funny.
Occasionally funny.
Occasionally. And that doesn't even qualify as a dad joke. Okay, so it goes Fecal and then CG, which just doesn't seem right. So is it straight in from Fecal to Gold Coast?
I'll probably go back to you.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fickle, not fecal.
Yeah, but it's more fun when you call it.
Because you should have the outbound, inbound. This is I don't know why it looks so weird on there.
I don't know.
Because if you look on your chart, it should look like kind of like that.
Okay,
Out in.
let me get my chart out. Right. Oh, so just to let you know, I've loaded everything in. Fuel, payload, flight plan. I haven't done any of the checks though. I haven't set any of the windows.
Okay. It's really on Y43 is probably an issue. And Y43. The hell is going on?
Right, so you want me to look at the chart?
Usually a good place to start.
Okay, so I haven't put any of the arrivals or the approaches in.
Yeah, I'd probably start.
Okay,
doing that.
start with the arrival.
Yeah. I try and figure out what the fuck this thing's doing. Can I just delete points from emails? Okay.
Lauren says take off already.
Oh, it's going to be a while.
So we've got we have one viewer.
Wow.
Wow, it's
So I
I
can shit
can't,
talk the company.
I can't even say double because it's like an infinite multiple, isn't it? Got to do a flight plan first. Although we could take off and then sort it out on the way.
No, because we have to talk about the NDB for
Okay,
about a trillion years, I'm sure.
Okay, so sorry, Lauren, you'll have to just stay up a little bit later.
Okay, that's better. Okay, you'll have to clear some waypoints out when you put it in.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now?
No, in your flight plan.
Well,
No,
yeah.
in the iPad.
Oh,
Let me have a look at this. What the hell's going on?
so do you want me to set my arrival?
Headlock, Fatsu, Rooney, Circle, CG, then yeah, CG. It's because it's, I assume what's happening is it's probably, it's kind of going out then in. It's going to go Fickle all the way to CG, then out on that. It's actually out on CG8 and then back in. Yeah, I know what it's doing. It's just drawing it very badly. Essentially, it's going from Fickle, because it thinks we'll take the star
Yeah.
in, and then from Fickle go direct to CG, which is the VOR.
Yeah.
And then when we're there, if you look at the actual chart, you go outbound on the CAT CD, out, and then come back around and go in. So we basically come in, go to CG, then go out, and then in.
So fly over.
So basically go here, and then it's like doing that, and then back in. But I'm actually going to vector you.
Okay.
And we'll probably come around this way and then just come in.
Okay.
So that'll be fine.
Okay. So I've got burn 3 alpha. Do I need to put the approach in?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to take
Otherwise we're going to be here for a million years.
So we're doing the NDB, right? But you wanted to do the NDB Zulu.
So runway 32.
This one.
You click on it, yeah. Even though I hate the drop down thing.
Right.
CG1.
CG1. That's a route.
So now it's going to go all freaked out though. And you're going to get some weird shit going on. And what you need to do is get a new pad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what's going on? Where is it? At the top. Delete. You want to delete, see the purple? How it does that?
Yeah.
You need to delete Rooney, Grav, Kerry, and then it should be okay. You'll see it at the top. There'll be the waypoints there.
Right.
Scroll all the way across.
So
work your way.
Oh,
Just
so
whatever the first point after.
there's Rooney.
Rooney.
There's Rooney.
Yeah, get rid of Rooney. Oh no, Jesus. I think maybe you have to hold it.
Let's do it again. Rooney. Remove. Right.
Jesus
And
Christ,
then-
you really need an iPad.
Yeah.
Lauren, get your father an iPad for his birthday.
I think she's gone to bed.
Okay.
Right. What was the next one?
Whatever. No, look at the thing. Just remove all the purple. to
Oh,
stop it
right.
going away,
Okay.
'cause-
So the next one is Grieve.
Yeah.
Remove. Followed by Kerry. Remove.
And then you can leave C. You'll probably just have direct CG, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because then we're going to go on to the start. But I'll vector you anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really matter.
Okay.
But it should just look a bit cleaner.
All right. And I need to do the same with this.
No. It's already done. It goes Fickle, then to CG, and then out, and then in.
Okay.
It's already
Look,
done.
Fickle to CG. Right. Okay.
And then it does. That's the NDB, essentially.
Okay.
But you're not really using that
Okay.
kind of. Okay.
All right, so
That's done.
that's done. You've started everything up, have you?
Vaguely. Somewhat. Alright. Well, we have to be above 10,000. So 10,000's fine now.
10,000.
1 6 left.
V2.
It's 1 6 left. I guess you can go that direction. Yes.
Yes.
You haven't done any of that yet.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, I got 136.
136.
136.
Yeah.
136. The heading of 16. I don't know exactly what the. Let me look it up.
160.
I know 160 watt
Doesn't matter.
in that general direction.
You just parallel it and it'll be fine. So just parallel the dotted white line and then you go.
I'm in the wrong mode. Hang on a second. Map. Very touchy, isn't it?
Yeah. 155. Done.
All right. Yep.
I mean, you can probably tell by the first leg, to be honest. 142. Oh, no, because it's got a bend, because you're going out and straight to the left.
Right.
Never mind. Forget I said that.
Okay. So your AP running. I'm going to disconnect from ground power. And get them to pull the plug. And going to call for the push.
So you know what you're doing
Go ahead.
on your departure?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, we'll talk about it as we
Parking
taxi.
brake.
You can't do multiple things at
Brake
once.
set.
God, it's a long taxi. Ugh.
It's a long taxi. All right. So
Should just take off 16 around.
no, let's just do it. properly.
Okay, steering pin inserted. Please
You got
release
enough runway
brake.
for 16 left?
Yeah. Easy.
Pushing back.
So we can do crossover, take Bravo, or...
So I'm going to take Foxtrot. Or should I
Whatever, yeah. Foxtrot over to Bravo, then Bravo the whole
All
way
engines
down.
clear for startup.
all the way down and then onto Lima?
No, you go Bravo 10.
Bravo 10. That's it. That's on the wrong side of the road.
I don't think so.
Starting the right engine.
I think it is.
Oh, we're not using.
Because Mobiflight's on
Mobiflight wanted to be updated.
I can just turn it on. That's why the TS isn't come.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thanks. It's a really ugly day out there, isn't it?
I don't know if I can hold it. Yes, I can.
And can you do whatever you need to do to make it?
Stop doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to update it right now.
Okay, we'll go and do it. There we go.
Oh, shit. God, for a new desk.
Oh, that's okay then.
Love a new desk.
Yes, very good. Right, I'm going to start the left. And it's holding. I like it when it holds.
I still think it's too bright in here.
Really?
I still feel like they're just
Set parking brake.
too much.
Brake set.
Ugh.
Okay, towing system is
The rain
removed.
makes me feel
Please wait
sick.
for hand signal on your left hand side.
When you're looking
Bye-bye.
down, you kind of feel like you're moving forward because it's coming down on an angle.
Okay. Okay, so flaps 5 and auto brake RTO.
Oops. Let's go.
Okay, so flight director is on and auto throttle is on. LNAV, VNAV. Should we do lights? Because it's a bit yucky outside.
I mean, on your landing lights.
Well, I want it bright out there.
It's not that way.
Fine,
Check the AIP for that.
Sure.
No.
Just a
Yeah.
taxi. Alright. Can I do my wing lights just to give us a bit of extra illumination?
I mean, it's the middle of the day outside. For sure.
Oh, I'm going to do that as well. Right, so seatbelts are on auto. We should go through the checklist, but courtesy of Sim Avionics, I can't do it properly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. and it'll
The outcomes are actually really good because it tells you what flight pilot monitoring should be saying, doing.
Right. I'm just going to do flight control check. Watch yourself. And right. Okay. Flight controls check.
Checked.
Checked. Good. All right. Yeah. That's good. What is squawking? 1120 4120. Right. Okay.
And you should be able to transport now. Let's check the installation is functioning.
Yeah, if you put it into test.
TCAS test passed.
Just checking that. Display it. That's right. So when you're taxiing around, put in transport number. It'll still display traffic, I believe. Okay. You won't show up. Something. I don't know.
Okay. So we're ready to take. So we get the taxi.
We're now going to
the
explain the emergency
taxi.
procedures on this British Airways
So we're going to do
aircraft.
Foxtrot across
The captain
the
and
other
the
side,
crew are here
or
for
should
your
we take
safety.
Alpha all the way
It's
down to
important that
Alpha?
you pay attention
to-
and follow instructions
Pack it
carefully.
across, really.
Holding.
First,
No?
check
Okay.
your seatbelt
Bravo,
is
they take
securely
Bravo.
fastened.
Maybe
Insert the
it is
metal
legal.
tag into the buckle
sure?
and tighten by
are you
pulling on
basing
the
that on?
loose end. To
Well, the fact that the
unfasten,
captain sits in the
simply
left
install
seat,
the metal flap on the
right,
buckle
and-
pull apart. You'll
Yeah,
find the
I think
seatbelt sign in the panel above your head.
So you pass
When it's
traffic on the left.
you must fasten your seatbelt.
But then
We'll
you have to
provide
take
extension
Foxtrot
seatbelts
Bravo,
for
then Bravo.
infants.
Well, you can
We
take Alpha all
suggest
the
you
way
keep
down.
your seatbelt fastened and visible
No, no,
during
you
our
decide.
flight,
Okay.
even when the sign is off.
Foxtrot
The
Bravo,
life jacket
Lima.
is either beside or
Foxtrot,
underneath your seat.
Bravo.
To use it, take it out of the
Traffic.
container and
Traffic.
place it over your head.
Still think it's Bravo.
Pass the tapes around your
Second
waist
seat,
and tie them
Bravo.
securely in a double bow at your
Say that
side.
again.
I would think
Inflate
it's
your
Bravo
life
10
jacket
because
when
you
you
walk
leave
around
the
like that.
aircraft. We will supply life cots for babies
Bravo
and
10.
life jackets for children.
Bravo 10.
Oh,
In the
Bravo.
unlikely
10,
event
sorry.
of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you'll be told to take
That
this
is my theory.
protective
I
brace
don't know.
position.
Anyway, just start taxing.
But when seated facing rearwards in
That's-
Club World,
okay.
you must
That's-
adopt this position. We will now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the
follow the scoot,
closest
but he's
useful
taking off on
exit,
these.
taking nothing with you. High heel shoes must be taken off as they may tear the
It's just getting a bit
evacuation
of breakaway
stand.
for us.
Emergency lighting,
Alright, so
there's
low
five shots.
level lighting
Kevin
will
said
help
an
you
hour
find your way
five
to the
shot.
exits.
We're
These
going
are clearly signed.
to...
There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft and 2 at the front of each cabin
ID bin.
section. Your crew will now point out the exits nearest to you.
Kevin.
That was the key. Oh.
To open the doors, move the handle in the direction of the red arrow.
Kevin.
Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. The slides can also be inflated by pulling
Yes.
this handle.
Yeah.
Jump onto the
We're
slide
doing the
and
Oslo.
move away from
Yeah.
the aircraft. If the aircraft is landed
right.
in water,
So-
these slides detach to form
There'll be a
rafts.
takeoff and a direct
As you
in
leave the
bin.
aircraft, inflate
Max
your life
230.
jacket by pulling the red tag. If
okay.
necessary,
It'll be
blow
direct
into this
in bin, max
mouthpiece to
230.
top up the air. The life jacket is fitted with a light and a
waiting for-
whistle.
Okay.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, what's- okay.
Your oxygen mask is behind the panel
It is
just
like
above
it
your
was
head.
Brace before
If the
taxing.
cabin air
And I
system
knew-
should fail, this will be
You also said get going.
Stay in your
Max
seat and
230,
pull the
then
mask
from in bin
towards
to
you
Kevin,
to
max
allow you to
250.
fly. Please note that the band does not
Just remember, it's
inflate.
going to be like a straightaway.
Place it over your mouth and nose and adjust the band to secure it. Then breathe
500 feet.
500
normally.
feet.
Do make sure your own mask is correctly
Max
fitted before helping
230 in
anyone
track
else.
at 500 feet,
In
turn
some
left track
areas,
direct
you
in bin,
release the
max
mask
250
by
until
pulling on
Kevin
this
at
coloured
bin, track
streamer.
128 to Kevin.
If you're in a Club World sleeper
Kevin,
seat,
we will
you
be
may
going
need to
to
reach through the dividing screen
Soba,
to retrieve your
which is max
mask.
265.
All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground during takeoff, approach,
10,000.
and landing.
See, it requires minimum
Please
climb
ensure
rate
your
of
mobile phone and any
3.3% for
devices
obstacle
that do
tips, so
send
no
or
bar
receive
Oslo
calls or
transition.
text messages
We need
remain
8%
off for the flight.
climb to
Any
crossing
items
Soba
with a
at
flight safe
10,000.
mode should have this
There you go.
feature enabled now.
And if we were
Some
flying at
electronic
250 knots,
devices
it
can be
means our
used once we're
feet per
airborne.
minute for 8%
Please
has to
check
be
highlight
2,025
Take care
feet
your hand
a
baggage
minute.
isn't blocking the aisles
Hopefully
or
we do more
exits.
than that.
It must be put
Go
under
for
the
it,
seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. But place items in the locker carefully,
Are you
as they
applying
may
brake?
fall and injure someone.
Okay.
As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that
Any
your
questions?
tray table is put away,
no.
your seat is upright, and your armrest is down. Please stow your individual video screen and footstool if you have them. Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Alright, so we're going to cross runway 7. Thank you. See, like, that version flight's on our left, right? So I think that's the way taxiing works.
Approaching 07.
It's only because you're taking this taxiway right now. I don't know what the actual answer is. Maybe you're wrong.
Well, you should know what happens when you're taxiing out there.
I don't know. There's special procedures for each airport for the left and rights, plus they tell you which taxiways to take. I don't decide on my own.
Oh, lightning. See that? Straight off. I did it.
I emailed it to you, didn't I? Did
What?
the FCOM?
Yes, you did. I did have a quick look at it. I just haven't printed it or gone through it. It's a lot, right? It's a few hundred pages.
A few hundred, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, the color schematic. I've been meaning to get that printed and laminated.
Oh, whose FCOM is this? What FCOM is this? Carries. I have a 737 FCOM apparently from Qantas.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's a 717 FCOM.
Brilliant. They don't have them anymore. So APU is still running
Like, yeah, they're on. You meant to turn it off after engines.
after engine start. Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the FCOM. You sure I sent it to you?
We're going to turn left onto Lima.
Did I WhatsApp it to you or what?
FCOM. Yeah. I can't remember. You may have actually, because then I had to do something with it to get it down in email.
Holy crap. Sound around this corner. What are you doing?
I'm doing 11 knots.
Just okay. So anyone that's watching Soul always yells at me.
Oh, come on! It's the other way around.
Whatever.
It's very wet out there.
Yeah, just stopping right.
Yeah.
Can't really see it.
Yeah.
Runway 16 left confirmed.
Very well. Speedbird 2201 holding at Lima for runway 16 left.
Yep. Do you want corrections on that one?
Sure.
You just say, what would you say your call sign is?
Speedbird
Yeah.
2201.
Speedbird 2201. Ready. Runway 16 left.
Ready one. Okay.
And it'll be whatever your initial, it'll be like via, it'll probably be via, what was it? Via Olsen.
Fire pulse. Shall I line up and wait?
Yeah, line up and wait. Sure.
Line up and wait. Cool. Speedbird 2201.
Just trying to find this.
Approaching 16 left.
normal procedures. I'm still catching up here. Crew duties. Pre-flight phase of flight and post-flight crew duties are divided by 2 minutes. Got the whole spiel.
Sure.
Turn that on as well. Where are we up to? It's pre-flight.
On runway 1.
So we're past pre-flight, I
6
assume.
left.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Before takeoff.
Before takeoff,
Appropriate after the commencement of tactical flight control. Oh, you meant to do that while you taxi. Hold the nose wheel tiller.
Yeah.
Set the weather radar display. Update changes. Call before takeoff checklist. Commence that. Takeoff policy. AFDS modes, which is what we're using. Toga should be used as the roll mode. Select desired roll mode. Outer above 4 feet. Prior flying before entering departure runway. Verify the runway. Verify approach path is clear. No conflict. Verify brakes are released. Line plane runway. Okay. Ensure the nose wheel steering tiller is released. Call set thrust. So you call set thrust. Awesome. Cool. You clear for takeoff, and you advance the throttles to approximately 55% N1.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. So
Allow the engine to stabilize.
which is what I always do anyway.
55.
Yeah. Well, actually, just anywhere in the 50s, I do it.
There you go.
Okay.
And now,
Engine stable.
yep, push the Toga switch.
Take a switch.
Verify the correct takeoff thrust is set.
Correct.
D-rate takeoff 2 is set.
It's set.
Thrust reference. Monitor engine instruments, adjust takeoff thrust before 80 knots as needed. During strong headwinds, call thrust set. Thrust set!
Thrust set.
That's me.
Oh,
Thrust
your
set.
point.
80
All right.
knots.
80 knots.
Have the stern left higher, must be on the thrust levers. Monitor airspeed. 80 knots.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
At rotate. Pitch to 15 degrees.
15 degrees.
After liftoff, follow flight director command. Establish a positive rate of climb. Verify positive rate of climb. Positive rate of
Positive
climb.
rate of climb. Gear up. And can you also do auto brake too?
Gear it up. Above 400 feet, call for a roll mode as needed. I think it's supposed to say set VNAV.
Set.
Or LNAV, sorry.
Oh.
LNAV set.
LNAV set.
LNAV engaged. VNAV engaged.
VNAV engaged.
So I'm saying these things.
Okay. I thought you said pilot fly.
And then call, I'm just giving both. I'm telling you, all flaps according to flap
Right.
retraction schedule.
Flaps.
And
one.
when it comes up.
Flat one.
Flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps 1. There you go. Just say that. At climb thrust, schedule call climb thrust. There you go. Oh no, yeah. Climb thrust.
Okay, flaps up.
Climb 2 is set. Flaps up. Setting
Bank
zero.
angle. Bank angle.
I'm just following the flight director.
On. Landing lights on, takes around with the nose, landing lights off, and turn off. Set the engine anti-ice selectors to order. Yeah. Now you say after takeoff checklist. That's the after takeoff checklist. Now do the after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. And it's complete anyway.
Climb speeds. On route climb speeds. On.
Coming out of the cloud now.
God. Horrible bank levels. What expecting?
I was just following flight
I know, I
director.
thought it was straight and level.
I've had a couple of flights recently where the climb rate on this was just ridiculous.
We need 2,000. But you're probably not that heavy. Because you're doing small flights, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most people engage you on time.
No, I know, but I thought you wanted me to fly.
Right. And they'll probably say, like, climb, flight level 250. You say?
My flight level 250, speed level 2201.
And I say 250 is set.
I check.
Okay. Conditions are safe for cabin crew to commence cabin duties. Direct the PM to cycle the seatbelts.
Not yet.
They do it long before 10,000.
Yeah.
10,000 is for the
I
passenger.
know, but we've got to do this left turn to
Yeah,
Exover.
that's still fine. There you go. There you go.
Barrow.
Yeah, that's it. At transition, actually, you say call, you say transition.
Transition.
And then set the cross checkout to be standard call. Standard set, cross check.
Standard set and cross check.
Standard set and cross check.
I did.
And I'm saying it as well.
Okay.
Follow me. At or above 10,000 feet. Set message is slightly weird. They're auto, so it's fine. It's got very turbulent, so we're okay. $1,000 feet below each assigned altitude, I say 1 to go, and you say check.
Okay, so I've got 25,000. But we get the warning anyway. We get the horn.
Following the Cathay
I know,
Pacific
I'm just saying.
777.
777 horns announces that
That's still have to do
900,
it.
900 before.
But we're doing it 1,000 then.
Yep. So we'll do a manual check and then we'll do an automated check. Oh, that might be more wheeler ahead.
It's lagging, like you said.
It looks like Aurora Borealis.
Particularly Borealis to check it out.
They made you laugh twice now.
Great. Cruise policy, cruise speed, altitude selection, cross wind, cruise wind temperatures, in-flight marine fuel progress log, objectives made on targeting calc requires changes by flight cruise. Log both the fuel totalizer and calculated quantities on the CFD fuel progress log. God, I'm going to get these pages from somewhere. You think they're just sitting there doing nothing? They're actually logging all the fuel.
Wow. That's old school.
This is as of well, this is 2018, but I think it's changed. It's definitely not as well. Rock. Using reserve fuel.
Well, why would we be using reserve fuel? We got a discontinuity?
No, I think you probably got the wrong fuel policy. It's improved, I guess.
Well, we've never really had a problem with it. Unless there's a discontinuity, and then it thinks they need unlimited fuel to get around the world.
You didn't have the star in the approach. That's improved.
Oh, right. Okay. Guess what?
1,000 to go, or 1 to go.
Check.
There you go. What was that cruise? Is that cruise?
I can't remember.
390. Flying flight level 390.
That's it. 390. Let's get the chip in one.
390.
Check. Got a nice crosswind there.
39 knots. It's nothing. Weak.
Right. I'm going to do autopilot. Craft sleep.
Pilots engaged.
Autopilot engaged. There we go.
Reaching cruise altitude. Establish communication with the cabin crew to terminate the sterile flight deck period. That's a lot of fuel stuff. Full top of the stand. Send winds transition level. Critical approach to see the start transition desired speeds.
So this is a pretty hefty climb, right? This is coming up to 4,700 feet per minute.
You only got 8.7 ton of fuel.
No, no.
It's like nothing.
I know.
What do we expect? We're gonna have to start doing some proper flights then.
I think the other day had me climbing at like 8,000 feet per minute. It was just nuts.
The descent procedure. Oh, it's a descent procedure.
Yeah.
Ignore what I just said.
Okay.
Alright. They don't have any DVDs on. Well, technically not approved to do an NDB according to Cathay, but anyway. You can do a lot of things. NDB is not one of them.
Ah.
You can do a visual approach. It's fine. Alright. So we have a look at this approach.
Yeah. No, I haven't cut it cut out yet. Would you like anything? Yeah, I'll have a pesito on the top shelf, thanks.
Need the full sugar sneakers.
No, that's
I'm saying we need the full sugar ones.
you need them.
Wait.
No, if you drink them, I'll get them.
They're good.
You got a full coat? Yeah.
Looks
Top
sharp
colour.
in here. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the
You
flight
could actually get
attendants will
lighter.
be making their way through the cabin to offer
It's very
various
close to the
beverages of
sun.
your choice. There will also be
No,
a
it's
selection
because of
drinks available
where
for
you've
purchase,
monitored the.
and we can accept most credit cards.
You pick up cloud, that's why it's
If there's anything we can
There
do
you
to
go.
make
Now it's
your
getting
trip
lighter
more
again.
enjoyable,
getting lighter because we're
please don't
passing
hesitate to ask.
white
Now
cloud.
we'd like you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the
Works
flight.
well. Happy with it?
Yeah.
Much brighter.
Much brighter. Right.
You can actually use your cup holders
Yeah, I've got my laser pointer in there.
for I mean, cups.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Look how perfect that is.
It's kind of annoying. Because we're still climbing, or like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
pouring out everywhere. Yeah, it needs something that vibrates and shakes it all over the place.
Well, yeah.
Let's
That's
put the
all right.
butt kicker on the bottom of it.
I don't think so.
Okay, so the NDB.
Right.
Should move out NDB works.
So, NDB Zulu. Just showing those at home. Again, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Okay.
Do you remember how an NDB works?
I remember how to do it at Avalon.
No, I didn't realise that.
Did we?
Yeah,
Oh, so with the NB, did we do one into Cairns
maybe.
from Darwin
Maybe.
with that sim?
Possibly. No, I wouldn't have done that to you. Anyway, it's an NDB.
Okay.
Same thing as like a VOR, where it just spits out a thing in their kind of radials, right?
Yeah.
Remembering that if you're on here, you're on like the 360 radial, 000, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like the 030 radial,
Yeah.
so forth, yeah? Still making sense here?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which direction the plane is facing, you could be flying this way,
Yeah.
you could be flying that way,
Yeah.
you could be facing that way,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. If you're on that, you're on the radial.
Right. It's relative to the beacon or whatever it is.
Yeah, it spits out a thing,
Yeah.
you're on that line.
Okay.
Then that's a VOR, and it's either you're going to the VOR
Yeah.
or away from the VOR.
Yeah.
NDB is the same kind of concept, but you don't call them radials, technically,
Okay.
because it's not technically a radial. But an NDB is a non-directional beacon, thus it doesn't have a specific direction.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you, like, I can't set a radial and then it won't tell me if I'm left or right of that radial, right? So when we're in like approach mode or VOR mode,
Yeah.
that's you have this thing, the CDI, and you
Yeah.
have the thing that's like left and right.
Yeah.
Like the same thing as like an ILS, which is just the VOR, left and
Okay.
right part, yeah? Is that kind of making sense there?
Yes.
So you have that kind of line, and then you have like it's like this, and this is telling
Yes.
you, hey,
Yes.
go to the right. And like the VOR's to the right, and you need, yeah, you need to turn to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would turn to
You're in the middle.
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want to bring that green line together.
Back in, yeah. And then this would have like a line here indicating that you'll actually be here. It has two arrows. One is the one you set, the
Yeah.
actual course, so you're setting the radial,
Yeah.
and then this is telling you if you're to or from. So it's either there or down here. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're either going to it or away from it.
Yeah.
It's called in the command sense, meaning that it's off to the right. I need to fly to the right.
Yeah. It's fly to.
Yeah. Except if you set a reverse radial,
Yeah.
it would still show it to the right.
Yeah.
But you actually have to float it and fly to the left. It's just everything's confusing. But so that's why you always set the actual direction you're trying to get to, not the reciprocal.
Okay.
That's a VOR, right? It tells you left or right. I go, hey, I'm over here. So actually, this is a good way to do it. I'm flying like this, right? I set 030 as my course.
Yeah.
It's telling me the VOR is to the right of me, like the radial's to the right, which if we look at it in that sense, which is that's going to keep doing it,
Yeah.
it's off to the right,
Yeah.
telling us we need to fly to the right. Yeah,
Okay.
Still with it?
NDBs. Yeah.
that's VOR.
That's fair. Let's talk about NDBs.
NDB doesn't have any of that, right?
Okay.
So all it's going to tell you is where the NDB is. That's it. So you'll be flying along. Here you are. This is you flying along. There's no radials, technically speaking. All it's going to do is have an arrow, which is like a blue arrow, and it's
Yeah.
going to point directly to the NDB.
Okay.
So you just see an arrow that's like this.
Yeah.
That's it.
We pass the NDB. Does it flip?
Well, it's going to just continuously always
Right,
point. So
okay.
as you fly along, it's going to start to
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
So the idea is that if you're flying to like an NDB, the best way to think of it is as you're kind of flying past it or whatever, because the arrow is bigger, it's heavy.
Yeah.
You say it's heavy.
Okay.
So as you fly along, it's going to start to drop down because it's heavy,
Okay.
right? So as you fly to it, it's going to drop that way.
Yeah.
Right? If you're flying away, the tail is lighter, so it will rise, which
Okay.
is really confusing
Yeah,
until you're
that's-
actually flying.
Yeah. Well, that's. Yeah.
So what will happen is, essentially I'd go, if I said to you, I want you to, if you're flying along here, and I actually want you to intercept, not a radial, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What's that, 9? Let's say it's called that 120, right? To the NDB,
Yeah.
right? As you fly along,
Yeah.
right, this is going to start to drop down, right? You can imagine it as you're flying along, that arrow is just continuously trying to point to the
Yeah.
thing, so that as the arrow is heavy, it's
Yeah.
dropping down. That's it. So if you're going inbound to an NDB and you're trying to intercept something, the head will always have to start to move down. And all you need to do with an NDB is, let's say we're flying along. I'll just use this. There you go. So that's an NDB indicator. It's
Yeah.
blue. So you're flying along, and I said to you, again, we have to imagine ourselves, the NDB's in the middle of
Yeah.
our compass,
Yeah.
and we're either here or here.
Okay.
So we're either flying to it or we're just around it, right?
Yeah.
The same kind of picture as here, right?
Yeah.
NDB's in the middle. And I said to you, we're flying along, and I go, hey, NDB, I want you to fly 270
Yeah.
to the NDB. 270 is here,
Yeah.
right? The reciprocal is this one over here,
Yeah.
090, right? So you basically fly along. What will happen is, let's say it's pointing like this right now.
Yeah.
So it's like that. We know that we're 330 to the 360. If it was like this, we're just flying along. We know that the NDB is basically, if we flew 330, we would go straight to the NDB.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I want you to fly 270 to the NDB. So how do we know when we've intercepted it? As we fly along, we're just going to track along. This
Yeah.
will start to slowly do this,
Yeah.
right? Because we're kind of flying down
Yeah.
this direction. The nose is heavy, sorry, the arrow is heavy, so it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
And you'll know when you're 270 to the NDB,
When
because
the
it will
arrow
actually
heads
point
on
at 270. And you can imagine, you have to anticipate it, because we
Yeah.
can't just kind of flip
Yeah.
automatically. That's the idea. If you're flying away from it, it's the same kind of concept, except we just think of it as the tail part is lighter, so it's going to rise to that point.
Okay.
It's a bit confusing. Anyway,
Okay.
that's the basic form of it. So what we look at here is that we have the NDB. It's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And what we're going to plan to do is we're going to plan to basically fly to CG,
Yeah.
It's saying you can either use the VOR or you can use the NDB. That's
Yeah.
an NDB frequency, that's a VOR frequency. Not all aircraft have an NDB, like an ADF on board.
So hang on, how did you tell the difference?
One's 3 numbers and one's like a proper decimal or something.
NDB is just 3 numbers.
It could be up to 4, but yes.
Okay.
So if your aircraft doesn't have an ADF, this actually tells you somewhere. It says GNS permitted in the sorry, not that one. It says it's GNS permitted to in lieu of DME reference waypoint CG VOR. So if you don't have a DME, you can use that, but I'm pretty sure you're allowed to use the VOR. Pretty sure you're allowed to.
So should I put 278 in my ADF left?
Well, so that's the thing. So we can either reference that or we can reference the thing, but we're going to do a proper NDB. So yes, put in 278.
Right, so 278.
Put in both because it'll be between the two easily.
Frequency not found
Yes.
because we're not there yet.
No, I think because you clicked on it.
Works on the right, doesn't work on the left.
It's because you copied it. If you click it,
Oh, I
if you
see.
click to copy it.
Right, I did, yeah.
So basically, what we'll try and do is, because you don't want to, I don't want to be in a hole. I know you don't want to be in a hole. We'll probably kind of track out over the water,
Yeah.
and then come around this way,
Okay.
like that, and then we're a Cat C and D aircraft, so you
Okay.
can see it's a bigger turn radius for us.
Yeah.
So we're tracking 110 away from the NDB.
Okay.
Okay.
So we want the light at end of the arrow.
If you are tracking away
Right,
from an
yeah.
NDB, your heading and the radial
Yeah.
will be the same.
Yes.
If you're
Yes,
tracking to
yes,
it,
yes.
you're on the you're on the
Reciprocal.
reciprocal radial to your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is what will happen when you come back in.
So basically, fly to the NDB and then take a heading of 110.
Yes. But remember, so what will happen is, let's imagine 110 straight up right
Yeah.
now. The NDB head will point directly to the NDB, so it's going to look like that
Yeah.
as we fly away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because
Depends which way we're coming to the NDB.
no, let's say we're flying.
What?
No, we're flying along this way.
Yeah.
Let's just say we're flying at 1102.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
flying like that. As we pass over the top, this will go
Yeah, it'll flip. Yeah.
and it will point
Yeah.
behind you.
The other way. Yeah.
And you're just trying to go 110.
Yeah.
You have to keep this, the tail on 110 essentially. Because if you start veering left and right, this will start doing this.
So, yeah.
So you need to keep the tail basically on 110 or the head on the reciprocal.
Okay.
So the way you do that, because it's confusing going away from an NDB, usually you can imagine that if you were kind of, let me draw it, if you were, let's say the NDB is like over here, right?
Yeah.
And we're tracking this way, 110. I'm just drawing it not north up, just that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
110. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the NDB thing, I'm drawing just offset to the right, so it would be like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can imagine that if, however, the NDB, I'll just draw it on the other side, if we were heading to the NDB like this, right, and the arrow would show this, right?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
still make sense?
Yeah.
If for some reason we were off to one side, it's kind of easy to imagine what you would do, because it would be like this, and the thing would go like this,
Like
right?
that way. Yeah.
So we would know that it's off to our right, thus we need to turn to the right
Yeah.
to get back on.
Yeah.
With NDBs, you push the head, pull the tail. So if I want to get back on track, I turn and try and push the head.
Okay.
Does that make?
I think so.
As in, I would turn right. I'm just going to
Yeah,
go like
turn
this
right,
and
yeah,
push
yeah.
the head. That
Yeah.
will get us back, and eventually we'll come back up and be
Yeah.
on track, and then we just turn back.
It's
on
just
track.
turning right is going to push the head back to the left.
Yes, but just think of it as push the head. It's
Yeah.
easy going in. It's confusing going away. So
Okay.
that's why I'm showing you this. So if you're going away, right, and for some reason, let's say we were like, I don't know, let's say we were here, right?
Yeah.
We're holding 110. We're 110, right? But obviously, that's going to be like this,
Yeah.
right? It's going to be
Yeah.
pointing like that.
Yeah.
Okay. To get back on track, you have to push the head, pull the tail. Is that right? Hold on. Now I need to think of this.
It's confusing for the instructor.
Yeah.
You basically need to turn left.
That can't be right though. Because if you're here, well, I kind of understand what I was trying to say. I guess it was just wanting to get back online in line with yourself.
You want to turn left and then turn right when the arrow is aligned to 110.
What is the actual saying?
I think maybe the saying's not right.
Yeah, it's push ahead.
Gee, I'm getting this correctly.
What?
Is that you making music? Well, I get these bots that come onto Twitch to tell me that I can buy viewers.
That's good.
And I don't want to buy viewers because they're bots. I want real people.
Oh, so I think that's what it is. Yeah. Hold on. You're still correct. Yes, it's because I'm offsetting the arrow and it confused the crap out of me. Okay. I have to draw the arrow directly on top, otherwise it's going to be very confusing. Because the arrow would actually, it is correct. It would be like this, right?
Yeah.
And so to get back on that 110, I have to pull the tail
around to
over.
the left.
Yes, it was very confusing. It was so confusing. Cool. I understand that kind of concept.
Do you understand it now?
You shut the fuck up. So, we're going to track that out, and then you just got to remember that we either have to pull the tail in one direction till it gets back onto 110.
Yeah.
So, if for some reason it's showing you as like 100, which would be there, you have to pull it over to 110 until it kind of holds there, and then we can kind of go back and reach.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you have to think about.
It's like an S-bend basically. You've got to bring it out of bring it.
It's just really when you're flying it and you're going outbound and you see it off to your left, you go, I want to re-intercept it, so you try and fly to it. Whereas you actually need to fly that way to pull it in. Yeah, so that's where it's just why you pull the tail. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what we need to do is we're going to fly outbound till DME 8.
Yeah.
And then from 8, we're going to make sure we look at this and make a right-hand turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't look at the vertical thing to work out if you should turn right or left. This works out well where I go, that's a right-hand turn. And sometimes
that's coincidental.
yes, it's very, so always reference that.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is called outbound to inbound intercept.
Okay.
Right? For that, it is technically the hardest of the intercepts you can do, which is sucks, but anyway. So the key is we use an acronym called OIL, which is outbound to inbound, long way around. But it won't really matter to you because you're kind of following GPS, you know what you're doing. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I want to pull this U-turn and then line up on a heading of 314.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Would you rather me draw this north up or not north up? Which one's easy for you to understand? I'll draw a track up because you're not going to be flying north up.
Okay.
So it will kind of look like this, where we're going to be flying 110
Yeah.
outbound. This is track up. We're flying the track, right?
Yeah.
Right. NDB will look like this.
Yeah.
Cool. Makes sense. So we're
Yeah.
flying away from the NDB.
Yeah.
Then we need to make that right turn. Yeah.
Right.
Still with me?
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
So the inbound, what's the inbound track?
So 314
314 to the NDB.
to the NDB.
So basically, we need to end up. Just going to draw that line through there. We need to end up with the NDB now over here.
Yeah.
Us over here, with the NDB pointing directly to it,
Yeah.
and we should have, what do you say,
314.
That's basically it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's as easy as it comes. When you make the turn, it's gonna swing weird directions.
Yeah.
You just want to basically, as you come around this turn, wait till the head of the needle, because as you come around, remember we're kind of now rotating around that needle.
Yeah.
Imagine it being stationary almost.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of going to go that way. So that needle will still look like that, and it's just going to change on our course until it's basically like that.
Right.
Wait till it gets to like 3-1, almost at 314, and then roll out on 314, and then it should work out. If we're not on the track, that's when we use push the head. So
Yeah.
if we're like 310 and it's like off or something, we just need to push it basically to where we want.
Right. I'm getting this in principle.
Yeah.
All right. Won't be until we actually do it where
Yeah.
I'll. Okay. And just as a suggestion, using your stylus as the arrow, I think you should use it the other way around. Right? Because you've got a pointy bit, which is like an
I
arrow
understand
head.
that, but like the blue is like an NDB, and I can do the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be like that.
It's more like an arrow. That's
Yeah,
better.
there you go. All right, and then it's going to eventually come up here.
Yeah.
That's really it though.
Okay.
It's really just the concept of pushing the head up pulling the tail. If you're on track or not on track, that's it. The term oil is basically it's kind of confusing because you have 110 here, 314 would be like over here. You just have, you essentially imagine where if we actually drew the rest of the compass, right?
Yeah.
North would be like it'd be like something like this, like that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of right? Maybe we're tracking out on 110. And that's
Okay.
north over there.
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
I like that you understand this.
Yeah.
And then 314 is like somewhere like over here.
Right.
So you imagine that as we're flying out, I want the head of the needle when we come back in to be basically pointing in that direction
Yeah.
at 314.
At 314. Yeah.
So if you look at it like this, it's called the long. It's hard to fucking explain this. If I was going to, this is different because it's an approach. If I was just flying outbound to inbound, the quickest way around is the long way around. Generally speaking, which would be other. This is so hard to explain.
Well, good thing you're an instructor then.
It's really hard to explain in drawing. Hold on.
You want to wheel a whiteboard in here?
No, it's okay. It's because I'm drawing things that I wouldn't normally draw. Basically, because we're in the center, we're like here.
Yeah.
It's a longer amount to get to there than it is to get to there.
Yeah.
So that's oil is the term. Outbound to inbound,
Yeah.
long way around. Because
Okay.
a lot of people see the head of the needle to the left and go, oh, let's make a left turn.
Okay.
But it actually won't work because it will put you you'll end up going parallel with it because you never intercept it.
Yeah.
You basically turn left and go, oh, there we go, 314, but you'll be
Yeah.
running parallel to where you actually want to be.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go around the long way, you
Yeah.
create an intercept here,
Yeah.
and then you can turn on to the 314.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's really hard to draw.
Okay. So
But we don't really care Why? Okay, because it doesn't really make sense in this condition, because you would think, well, then this is telling us to go right, but we just had a whole conversation about we needed to take the. Oh no, that's right.
No,
Long
that's
way
right.
around. Yeah,
It's a long way around.
yeah. But you have to keep in mind, the approach might not be. You just have to follow what the approach is saying, because there might be a reason that it's a specific turn direction. But it should be pretty straightforward. I hope.
Okay. So are we gonna use track instead of heading?
No. Track and heading is the same thing. It's fine.
Okay.
Track and heading is the difference between your wing, essentially.
Okay.
And so basically you go, cool, here I am flying along. Here I am. Here I am flying along, heading north. So 360.
Yeah.
That will work if I don't change it. So my track is 360 and my heading is 360.
Yeah.
If I had wind,
Yeah.
wind is obviously going to push us in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Right? So if I had wind,
Like now.
yeah, so if I had wind like this, going that direction, which way would I have to be facing, essentially?
You'd have
to
to
maintain track.
turning right.
Yeah, so you have to be kind of holding. You have to hold like this.
Yeah.
You have to hold that, right?
Uh-huh.
So I know it's an exaggeration. My heading is 030,
Yeah.
but I'm actually tracking 360. Then you go, which way am I drifting? Holding drift. And it's whichever wingtip is further forward. So we
Right.
say this is a left drift, and I'm holding 30 degrees of left drift.
Right. Okay.
That's what that is. So right now you can see our track is. I don't know what our track is right now. Our track is, we're holding heading 350.
Yeah.
But we're tracking pretty much like 360.
Yeah.
So how many degrees of drift and what direction of drift would we be holding right now?
Yeah. So right.
Whichever wingtip is further forward.
Yeah. So it's the left wing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Heading's 350.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're tracking to the right.
We're tracking to the right. That doesn't mean we're holding. So we're facing this way, like this, 350. But we're actually tracking like that. I'll just do that.
Yes.
Which wingtip is further forward?
So the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the whole plane is facing this way.
Sorry.
We're facing
okay,
that way.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So what was happening in my brain is your example was opposite to where the aircraft was doing.
Yes. Yeah. I was just agreeing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I understand.
So what are we doing now? What are we holding?
Well, heading is 350.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're holding about 2 degrees.
Yeah. So what's our degrees and what's our drift?
So our right wing is leading.
Yeah.
And it's 12 degrees.
Yeah. So it's just 12 degrees right drift. That's it.
12 degrees right drift.
Because if we didn't do that, you'd be pushed that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It's coming from the left.
So you got to think about that when we
Flying
are
to the
flying
wind.
this NDB. If there was no wind, you can hold that 110 outbound. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there may be some wind from the left or right.
Yeah.
So take about counterpart across me, which is really annoying on this. Is there a way? I think there's a way that shows. Yeah, you know, tells you your headwind component and your crosswind component. So this is dividing it somehow where it's basically you've got a crosswind of about 47 and a half. If you take about half of that,
Yeah.
usually this works. I might not work. Let's take half of 47-ish, which is like
24.
Yeah, about that. 24, and like left or right of your track, basically, in the direction you want to go. So if
Yeah.
our track technically right now says that we should be tracking about 3 degrees, so 3 degrees minus 24, technically it should be like 340, but I don't know. Who knows what's correct or not. I don't even know where it gets its read from right now.
Well, I'm running Active Sky.
Yeah, well, you think it'd just be the same. I mean, I can actually use a link calculator to get this thing exactly. So I'm curious to see how well this works.
Alright, so we've got top of descent in about a little while. Well, 8 miles.
So what's our wind direction? 242. 242. Wind speed is 50. And we are holding about 3.5. Which tells me, yeah, crosswind's 47, 15. Yeah, okay, so that is actually correct. Can you do this? Maybe you can't do it on a. Maybe it doesn't work. It's higher speeds. Check it though. I'm gonna bring my whiz wheel here next time.
Your whiz wheel.
For an E6B. This is an E6B emulator. Basically, it's like a wheel you can draw things on, you can twist it around, turn it, calculates things.
Yeah.
It's very
It's like an old-fashioned slideboard.
Yes, except it's circular. Yes. So basically, I put it. This will tell me exactly what heading I need to hold in order to maintain the track. So I say my wind direction is, what is it, 241? Is that right? 242.
Sorry, what direction?
The wind speed, the wind direction is 242.
242.
Wind speed is 49 knots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our true airspeed, so our TAS is 221.
Yeah.
And our course that I want to track is 003, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I just put in 3. This will tell me I need to take up a heading of 352. It's what we're doing.
Yeah.
No, that's not good. You sure you loaded the right amount of fuel?
I did.
Did you load it manually?
Yep.
Did you add it, increase it, and check it?
So it says we'll land with 1.1.
Well, maybe that's enough.
I put exactly what the
Yeah.
OFP said.
Ground speed should be about 242. Yeah. Perfect. One wind triangles. And it tells you how much drift you're holding. So you put like drift angle 10 degrees and it's a positive right. So 10 degrees of drift. That's it. Making sense?
Yeah. Well, a lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yes, clearly speeds, higher speeds, you can't just take that half of the crosswind. Oh no, sorry. No, it's still should be about 21. Maybe you have to take a quarter of it at higher speeds, which would be about 10 degrees. Yeah. Because we're probably moving too fast forward, too quickly.
Yeah.
So I take half the crosswind usually when I'm flying in a Cessna.
Right.
120 true. We're about double that. So I would take maybe a quarter of the wind instead of half of the crosswind. Take a quarter of the crosswind in this case.
Right.
So if you took a quarter of the crosswind,
Yeah.
it's about 11 degrees.
Okay.
And we apply that to the 3 degrees that we had, and that's about where we are now.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a quarter at higher speeds. Because I guess we're moving too fast forward, like going too quickly to think about how much you're going that way.
Okay.
You're going too quickly that way. So, yeah.
Okay. Kind of.
That's what I'm thinking, because
Yeah.
you're moving so fast, that if
Yeah.
you took half of it, it means that you're basically going to end up going too far that way as you're going this way. But if you take a quarter of it, you basically reduce it. That's my theory.
Right.
Alright. So think about that. Although, depending what our true airspeed is, but I don't know, we usually fly around out and come into land.
132.
It'll be around half, I think, because we're going to be slower at that point. So think about it when you're trying to hold that NDB in the right place, then you may have to apply some amount of drift.
Yeah.
So you'll be like that, and you'll have to kind of be facing this way, and the thing will be slightly off. So you're going to be flying like that.
Okay.
But how much you do left or right, just take half of the crosswind point and just
Okay. But that would depend, of course, on whether there's crosswind or approach.
there's crosswind everywhere.
There's crosswind here.
There's crosswind everywhere. There's no way you're going to be going directly into a headwind and directly into a tailwind. They're not even reciprocal heading. So at least at one point on one of these, you're going to have a crosswind.
Yeah.
And considering this pretty much lines up the runway, that'll probably be a headwind, so you're going to have a crosswind. And that wind's probably going to, if you think about it like this, that wind, if you're flying along here, the wind's going to push you down, right? If you're trying to fly along this way, we know that we're landing into the wind, right?
Yeah.
Thus the wind's coming from here.
Yeah.
So at any point along here, it's going to start to push you this way.
Yeah.
So you probably have to face probably more that way.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Making somewhat sense.
Yeah. That was an exaggeration, but yeah.
Like this. So you'll be tracking that way.
Yeah.
That's all of it. And the NDB is going to look like this.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't care. It's always just pointing at it. It doesn't care about what orientation the plane is in.
Yeah.
It's just going to point straight to it. So it should look roughly like this when we're flying along, which will kind of then look like that. So it should be pointing to the back left of the plane as we're drifting along.
Okay.
When we're doing it, it'll kind of make some sense.
I hope so.
Now, throughout that entire process, though,
Yeah.
keep in mind that you have to descend as well.
Yeah.
So, going back to the chart brief
Okay.
that we started 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago.
Hang on. Look up the chart. Yeah.
So, we'll go to CG, then fly outbound 110,
Yeah.
the NDB.
Yeah.
It says that above CG, the NDB there, we have to be at 4,000 feet. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as we track outbound, we can come down. It'll tell you how much you can come down, right?
Well, we just got to line up on 314 at 2,480 feet.
That's correct. So in a Seminole, you lose about 600, Seminole, you'll lose about 600 feet through a turn.
Right.
So if we go 2,480, let's round up to 2,500.
Yeah.
Add 600 feet to that, it's 3,100.
Yeah.
So if we start that turn at 3,100, we should end the turn at about 2,500 and lose 600 feet through it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that, tell me if that doesn't make sense?
Yeah, it does, but I mean, I'm not sure how you're equating a Seminole to this. But
It's just a grade one turn, I guess. So.
this is for a Cat CD.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The key is that you can't roll out anything below 2,300
Yeah, okay.
because there's a step there, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you see that step?
Yeah, here.
Yeah. So if we think about that, again, using this logic, we want to roll out about 2,500. So we want to start the turn at about 3,100, just adding 600 feet to it.
Yeah.
That means between leaving CG outbound to
Yeah.
an ADME, we only have to lose about 900 feet. Yeah?
Yeah.
If we equate that, use a 1 in 3 rule. So if at every 1 mile you travel, you'll lose about 300 feet on just a standard descent. Or you'll lose 1,000 feet in 3 miles. It's just 1 in 3. Just think of that. Okay?
Yeah.
We know we can't use our vertical speed because it's in time, because it's feet per minute.
Yeah. Right.
Right? We're not timing outbound. There are things that we can time it. It's
Yeah.
a distance.
Yeah.
So 8 miles, that's when we start the turn. So between here and 8 miles, we need to lose 900 feet, right? If we just use 1 in 3, this is frying your brain right now.
No, go on.
If we just use 1 in 3,
Yeah.
900, so it's about, call it about 1,000 feet, it's going to take about 3 miles, 1 in 3.
Okay.
So 100 feet for every. Sorry, 1,000 feet for every 3 miles. 300 feet for every 1 mile. 360. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I would intuitively descend quite slowly, aiming for 8 DME to be at 2,400
On the way back in.
on the way back in. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to have that.
No, I know that. So
intuitively,
on
just
one-
think of it 8 miles to be at 3,100.
yeah,
But
3,100.
the idea is that you wanted to keep it as one continuous descent.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if you, as we just said, we're going to lose about 1,000 feet in 3 miles.
Yeah.
So if we start that descent 3 miles prior to that,
Yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Yeah.
If we start descending at 5 DME, we should be able to keep a continuous 500-foot descent.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
It's all 500 feet a minute. That's like a standard descent.
Yeah.
So again,
Okay. So
we'll just adjust. Be
okay.
higher than lower.
So
You don't want to fucking pull out and be like, oh my god, I'm about to bust 2,300.
So I want to put a fix in for 5 miles out from CG or GC. CG.
CG. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And always just make sure, because it's going to take 3 miles. It's not 3 miles from CG, it's 3 miles before we start that
Yeah,
turn, which
yeah.
is 8 miles.
Well,
which
it's
is
5
5
we're
miles.
5 miles. Yeah.
It's very confusing when you're already
All right.
flying.
So
and you never
I do a
had
fix. I do GC. No, CG.
CG, and you can do a bearing as well. So that's good.
Okay. So I put CG in first.
Put into plan mode. If you go step over to there, so at least you can see what you're doing. There you go. I was just getting a map so you can see where it's actually moving away. So I just
So-
stepped over to CG.
Okay, that's
Go
on
on.
yours. Okay, just
Go one more step. What's on? Because you set it on field. There you go.
SCG.
So
Okay.
now go to fix. G5. You won't see.
It's 5,
Yeah,
but okay.
yeah.
All right, fine.
So there you go.
Right, okay, so I go fix. I go CG. Right, and just pop it in there.
Yep.
Okay, and then
The radial or
I'm
bearing.
gonna do 110. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, 110.
We are on the 110.
110/5.
Okay.
Pop that in.
There it is.
And
There's 110. Wherever the 5, that ring is on the 5 mile ring. Zoom in 1 minute.
oh right, I see.
On
Yeah,
the
it's on the white
south.
line. Yeah, got it.
So you can see that at this exact point there,
Yeah,
as you fly up, and this is why it's confusing itself, because
Yeah.
it's an NDV, it's not an actual GPS approach.
yeah.
Basically, at that point, you're going to start to come in. Then put another one in at, put
So-
one in at 114. You can put it at 314.
314 at 8.
Yeah, but you also are 110 at 8, because you're starting it at 8 and you're ending it at 8. Whichever's easier for you. 314 at 8 is probably easier.
Yeah, let's go 314 at 8. 314/8.
That's radial 314. Now remembering we're heading to the NEV, so that means that our heading and our radial will be different. So you need to take the reciprocal, because yes, you'll be flying along here. You'll
Yeah,
be flying along with your
Yeah.
heading at 314. But
yeah,
remember, a radial is in reference to the center of the point. So
Yeah.
that is the 314 radial there.
yeah.
So take the reciprocal of 314. You
Okay.
can do -2 +2. That's how you do it.
Okay, so 314. So
Just do -2 +2 on the first two numbers.
okay,
The last
so
number always
31 minus 2 is 27. 29. That would make sense.
Just go -2 +2 or
Yeah.
+2 -2, whichever one gives you a number that's in 360 degrees. So 314. So I take the first number 3
Yeah.
-2 1 plus 2 on the 1. So 134
134.
is -2 +2. That's that. To quickly work out 180 degrees.
Let's think about that. Okay.
I'm just taking literally
Yeah.
-2 off the 3
Yeah.
+2 on the 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can't go +2 on the 3 because that gives you 5. So that doesn't. That's not in 360 degrees.
So 234.
1 3.
134. Yeah,
Plus
3
2.
minus 2. Yeah,
Minus 2 or
134.
minus
Yeah,
2.
134.
Yeah, that's the reciprocal.
Okay.
That's the radial you'll actually be on, remember? You'll be down here.
Yeah.
You're going to go like this, and then you're going to be going this way.
Yeah.
Your heading will be 314.
Yeah.
You'll be facing that, pointing that direction.
Yeah.
But we're in reference of that.
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
Not sure?
Kind of.
Which part?
So, well, as I come out of the turn, I need to be on a heading of 314.
Correct. So if I just draw the radials
And
out.
the arrow will have its tail pointing to 314.
No.
Oh no, it's always pointing to the NDB. Right. Okay.
So you're going to be tracking out this
So
way.
the head and the aircraft needs to be pointing on 314, notwithstanding wind.
Yes, as if you're flying to it.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't need the reciprocal.
You do need the reciprocal to put it in because these are radials that you're putting in. These are radials, remember? It's always
Yeah.
in reference. So the 314 radial is about here,
Yeah.
right? But we're actually going to be out this direction. We're
Yeah.
flying out this way and then turning back in, like that,
Yeah.
to face that direction. To go that way. Yeah. So it's about drawing a 314. There again. Yeah?
So where does the 124 go then?
We're going here and we're flying this way, right?
Yeah.
So we're actually on, when we're going to it, we're actually on this radial here.
Yeah.
We're
124. Yeah.
on 134.
134. Yeah.
Yes. So instead of doing 314/8, put 134/8, which will put you this radial at 8 miles.
Right.
Tell me if that doesn't make sense. I feel like that doesn't make sense.
No, that makes sense.
Sure?
Yeah. Oh shit. Do this again. No, I thought it was erase the.
CG.
CG.
110.
110.
Because 110 is the
Is it-
radial.
is that
Remember, your
better?
heading and your radial will always be the same if you're flying away from it.
Yeah. All right. So I want. Don't tell me.
Just use the 2, the plus 2 minus 2.
134
Assuming that is actually correct. I know it's going to be awkward if I'm not correct.
slash.
Okay, it's good, it works. And you'll see when you populate it, there it is. It's
Yeah.
putting that radial there, and it's giving you got to see now.
Yeah, because it's 8.
And it's giving you that 8 mile point for that radial. But yes, our heading will stay 314. So heading that direction. That's it. But in terms of a radial, it's from
Yeah.
the actual beam. The line you're on is on 314.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we think of it this way, we know that as we fly out on 110 at 5 miles, we're going to start a 500-foot descent rate.
Yeah.
We want to basically start this turn at 8 miles, which is actually that point there, funny
Yeah.
enough. You did
Yeah.
calculate that actually
Yeah.
with the CG8. That's what that's representing.
Yeah.
So 8 miles, then we're going to, so 3,100,
Yeah.
hopefully lose about 600 feet through this turn,
Yeah.
and then roll out on, where it is, there it is, there.
Yeah.
So we're going to start there and roll out there at about 2,500, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah?
2,500. Yes.
Say which part doesn't make sense.
No, yes. 2480. 2,500. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All sounds good in theory.
And you're trying to keep the needle,
Yeah.
pointed. at
Pointed.
things.
Yes.
This is why it's dead hard. That's why
Yeah.
NDVs don't exist anymore. Really. I'm really surprised they have one there, to be honest.
Okay. Now we're coming to top of descent soon.
Sorry, let's just finish this quickly as we go through.
Yeah.
We'll roll out at about 2,500. It's
Yeah.
saying you should roll out about 2,480.
Yeah.
If you started at 2,480 and you do a 500 foot, because it's 3 degrees,
Yeah.
so if you just work out your speed and your ground speed, just take half of the ground speed and add a 0. That's all you have to do. So right now our ground speed is 252, which is Harvard,
Yeah.
like 120.
Yeah.
So just halve the first two numbers, 12, add a 0 to 120. That means we have to send it 120 feet. We need to stay on a 3 degree line path,
Okay.
which is essentially what you can't see now. It's
Okay. All right. In terms of type of descent, I'm going to set
Okay, so I'm going to give you
the altitude
ranges.
4,000.
So the key is that we need to be CG above 4,000. So set 4,000 instead of above 4,000.
Yeah.
You like put it in the GPS. CG.
Oh, in the fix.
Yeah, that's CG. It says no on your legs, because I want to tell the GPS to actually get you to CG.
Oh, okay.
So CG says above 4,000.
Yeah.
Change that to at 4,000.
So just slash 4,000.
Yeah. That'll give it a hard out shoot to aim for.
Right, and that's what we can put in the window.
Yeah, because that gives us now a top of descent, but we're also going to delete a bunch of points. Well, realistically,
okay.
I'm going to.
Actually, look, it comes up with 2480.
Yeah. So they're there for reference.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Look at that. Saying started at about 2,900 and then about 2,500. So it's saying about 400 feet to return.
Yeah.
That's if it's flying, but you're flying. So make it 600 and it should work out.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's all kind of just. It should just work. In theory. Sometimes it will.
Okay.
Turn the weather radar off if you're getting confused. Let's put that onto your hour.
Right, we're going to fly through radar. Through weather.
Clouds where?
Over there.
There? Stop there. Yes, the ADF is on and tuned, so that's good.
Yeah.
We've got here, which is weird. Because we're not that. The AIP here tells you the range. Well, actually, it should have the range here, actually. I like. For NDBs, VORs have a range depending on your height that you're at. That's in the AIP. Don't ask me what it is, I should know, but I don't. Otherwise, NDBs have a range because they're based on night or day, because whether they bounce off the ionosphere.
Okay.
If it's over water or land, they change.
Okay.
Just by attenuation, if it bounces further, it's insane. So you basically have to go find Gold Coast, which is. How do I find this? Nope. Maybe this one. Maybe CG. Let's go to Gold Coast Airport. I can probably find something in here. Which will give me an actual value. You basically come down till you find NDB, Gold Coast 278. You go across, it says range 60 miles.
Okay.
Hours of night, 60 miles. It's the same day or night. So we're still too far out to pick it up, although it did just pick it up. So
There it is.
who knows? Technically speaking, it's 60 miles. That's what you want. So that's what you're going to use. It's up to you if you'd rather. So you go to approach mode.
Yeah.
And then center it. Right? So there's the tail, there's the head. Easy. It's up to you if you would rather the small needle or the big one. So have a look at ADF right instead of ADF left.
ADF right.
Maybe say then turn off ADF left.
All right. No, it's okay.
Then turn off left.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. That's thick. And that's thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
It's up to you.
All right. At top of just the top of the number, put 4,000 in there, and then
We'll just measure. There's the thing. It's pointing directly at it. That's what you have to do. So it's pointing directly at it. It's pointing at like what 0, 0. I'm zooming on that. It's really big. What's that? It's
Well,
about
it's
10,
like
5,
4
or 5.
4, yeah.
We've got 40 knots. Well, not 40 knots, but we have. It's just an example. I know it's doing it for you right now. It gives us our heading and everything.
Yeah.
That check actually not.
So the NDB is pointing halfway between where we're heading and what our course is.
Yeah, because we're tracking along this way.
Yeah.
The NDBs, yes. Yes, that was really confusing for me for a second then. Because I couldn't see that. Okay. So we could just work this out. I mean, yes, right now our heading and the NDB are roughly exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if we held this drift, we would basically drift straight to it.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of looking at this,
which is going to 4,000.
So, there are no steps between.
Yeah.
It's 9,000 above that $10. I know we're going to vector, but
No, but if you still put 4,000, it'll still maintain 9,000 at LDAX.
but we're going to vector. Because we're going to be using headings.
Okay.
So that's why. So if I go progress and I go crosswind. So if our NDV is like what, 004, and we take a quarter of it, this is where it gets really tricky. Because actually you can't work it out because we're already holding the drift. If we weren't holding the drift, it would show us. Try to work out if you can do this. Can you do this? I can put out a quarter of the crosswind. Half is 13, half is about 5 degrees ish. 6, 12, 18,
So-
24, about 6, something like that. 6 ish.
It's 9 degrees. 9 degrees between heading and course.
No, but I'm talking about our NDV needle to our heading and what drift we would have to follow.
Yeah, so.
But I can't work it out because I don't know because we're holding the drift already.
Right.
So I can't tell you. If we were going like straight,
So it's like 4 degrees. 4 degrees between our heading and the NDV. Just the difference between.
are you just looking roughly at it?
Yeah.
No, because we're holding about now the same. It's exactly that. That's why it's
Right, okay.
because you've got the course setting as well. Yeah, that's 0 is that's the Leonard course.
Headings.
I'm just trying to move it out of the way. There you go. You can see our heading and how we're pointing to the NDV. But I know that NDV needle's been slowly moving that direction because we're heading that way. Remember?
Yeah.
So it's going to start to, because remember what I said,
Yeah.
the head of the needle is heavy. So it's
Yeah.
going to start to drop away
Yeah.
as you start moving it.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to work out you have to go, if I want to track 000 to the NDV, then I can work out what drift, but you can't work it out from what we're actually holding right now. So you have to first tell yourself, I actually want to track along at this heading or this track to it. And then work out our crosswind is about that, so I have to hold about 12 degrees off. So in this current situation, if I wanted to track 003, because they're roughly the same right now,
Yeah.
if I want to continue like this straight there, at 003, I work out my crosswind component, take a quarter of that, 6.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go 6 degrees like into the wind to stop us, basically. So I'd essentially, it starts moving again.
Yeah.
So we would probably have to hold about 358 like that in order to track continuously straight ahead. That's all that is. But because we're not doing that,
Yeah.
we're probably holding less than that.
Yeah.
It's slowly drifting away and we're getting pushed
Yeah.
away from it.
Yeah.
That's it. Brain overload yet?
Just about.
Yeah? You hitting it?
Yeah. And then I gotta fly it.
When it clicks. You'll be like, oh, obviously. It took me so long for it to just click.
Yeah. I get it conceptually.
NDVs suck. It's literally the worst thing ever. But you can see in this case, now that we're off, right?
Yeah.
And the NDV needle's moving that way.
Yeah.
If we wanted to get back on that track and have that NDV needle straight ahead of us, what would we do? Which way would
So
we
hang on, ask the question again.
So right now we're tracking this way. You
Yeah.
can see that NDV needle slowly moving this way.
Yeah.
I want to just have it centered bang on, so we're going straight
So
to
we
it
have to turn left.
because
We're drifting to the right.
but we do something to the head.
Oh, well, we push the head.
Push the head. That's it. You push the head until basically do it. You can test it. I mean, give it a try.
No, that's okay.
Hi, I'm going to bet you anyway. It doesn't matter. So just push the head. Go into heading mode. So first select your heading so you don't just feel off to the right.
Right, so
Let's set it at least so it's just straight ahead of us. So put it on 004, just the starting point. Right.
yeah,
Go into heading mode.
just like that.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, right, heading mode, but we're starting point. So I want you to get that head of that needle back on. So like sort of straight. So what are we going to do? We're going to
To
push
the left.
Yeah, so we push the head. So just go over to the left. Right. And we hold it there essentially until the head of the needle reads what we want it to, the 004 essentially. Yeah?
Yeah.
So come over here, you go a little bit more because we're really far away from it.
Yeah, just waiting for it. I've gone too far now.
No, because the actual thing's still, I mean, it's easier to read.
Oh, so I'm going off this. I probably have to change this back to.
Right, just get out of center mode. So zoom in. There you go. So basically, keep going left a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Until that basically is on the 004, 005 area. It's probably the easiest. Again, you're really far away, so yeah, use a bigger. I mean, that's a good way to look at it, is that way. No, it's moving though. Minutely. It's moving a tiny bit.
Tiny bit, yeah. Yeah, so at the moment it's sitting on about 3 degrees.
Think about just right now, before you turn back onto what you want to track it, what's our crosswind component right now? How much crosswind do we have?
In degrees,
You can see it. Just crosswind. You can't work it out from that.
24,
Okay, take a quarter of it.
6.
Okay. So know that when you go back to that heading, we're trying to hold 005 back to the NDB, yeah?
Okay, so I've got to add 6 to 3.
Add 6 or
close.
minus 6? Which way is the wind coming from?
From the left.
The left, so which way do we need to point the nose?
Or into the wind, so
Yeah.
that'll be to the left.
So are we minusing 6 or adding 6?
Well, we're minusing 6.
Okay, that's all. That's what you have to do.
And that'll bring the blue line, the head, back to the left.
No, so what will happen is we're going to wait till the blue
no,
is
okay.
on 5,
Yeah,
but then if we just turn back and didn't apply any drift,
Yeah.
and then we held the heading 5,
yeah.
we're going to start doing this.
It's going to drift again.
Right, so we have to do that to hold it. And we're
Yeah.
just going to take a quarter of the crosswind,
Yeah,
remove it
Yeah.
from that 5, so we're going to
Yeah.
hold that way, which is,
6.
what heading do we then need?
Uh,
We want to track 5 degrees.
so it'd be 3, 5, 9.
Yep, that's it. So add a bit more to it, otherwise it's going to take a million years to even get to 5. Bigger.
Right. You want the arrowhead on 5.
Once it gets to about 5, then say
you go back to 359.
That should mean that we're tracking 005 to the station, to the NDB, right? Yeah, still with it. So we're basically here. So we'll basically be here-ish, somewhere there, to the NDB. Because we're holding about 359, roughly, but we're tracking this direction, which is like 05, right?
Yeah.
But we're on the reciprocal radial, if it had a radial.
Yeah.
From now on, I'll just assume you know that NDBs don't have radials. But I'm
Yes.
just going to keep calling it
Yes.
radials. So we're not on that radial over here. We're on this radial. We're
Yeah.
just tracking 359.
Yeah.
Or tracking is we're heading 359
Yeah.
to the station.
Yeah.
That's it.
This arrow's not moving closer to 5 degrees.
Because we're moving really fast in this direction and not that fast.
So I need
that
to go
direction.
left a bit.
Just go more. Use like 20 degree, 30 degree steps.
Let me just-
But just know as you turn this way,
Yeah.
the arrow turns the other way.
Yes.
So just don't go too like far and freak out what's happening.
So I'm like creeping across to 5 degrees.
You will. Follow that. Oh wait, we have to push the head down. Maybe because we went on the other side of it because we were so close. No, this should work.
That should work.
No, this should still work. I think it's over there. As we track this way, it's going to start to move that way. It's because we're like this angle. You look
Yeah.
at the angle because we're pointing to that, right?
Yeah.
So you can see the angle is so small,
Yeah.
and we're kind of heading this way. We're
So
almost
it should.
paralleling it.
Yeah.
Go more. Go a little bit more. Yeah. Keep it. Yeah, go like 3, 4. Right. Because think about it, if it's moving this slow to there, when it gets to 5, it's going to take like forever for it to actually move in any other direction. So it won't really going to have really respond to it if it's taking this long. Like you could let it get to 5 and then start turning back because it's not going to
Yeah.
move that much. essentially.
Yeah.
It's moving.
I think it is moving a little bit more. It's now at 4, right? So it is moving.
This is the joys of small angles. It's really annoying. This is something I still haven't gone right when I'm teaching. Like my instructor, I'll like pick an angle for an
Yeah.
intercept.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, we're tracking inbound, I want you to track outbound on this like, very specific angle, and it'll either be too much or too little.
Right.
Where it's like too much and it's like, this is gonna take forever. Or it's too little where you just skip straight past it.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Getting there.
They also have about 7 different errors that you have to keep in mind with NDBs.
Right.
Stuff like quadrantal error, where it hits the plane at an angle,
Yeah.
the incoming frequency, and slightly bends. So
Oh.
it gives you a false reading.
Really?
It's also a poor man's weather radar because they're attracted to thunderstorms. So if you're flying near a thunderstorm, it won't point to the NDB, it will point to the thunderstorm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Insane.
That is.
Yeah. Okay, look, we're. Oh.
Yeah, 5. Nearly 5.
Okay, let's call it 5 now. Let's just. Yeah.
Alright, so then I head back to 359.
Yeah. Quarter of the wind. There we go. You also see it move. It will go back though. So this is the initial thing, sweep,
Yeah.
because now you're freaking it out. You're pointing it like a million different. As we roll wings level, it will kind of veer back. Yeah. Settle down. This white line shows your track, by the way.
Yeah.
So if your track is on the same as the NDB,
Yeah.
then theoretically it should be fine. We should be getting there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's a smidgen off, but it's good.
I mean, so you got to take a crosswind now. It's a good starting point because now we're actually got the crosswind that we will have.
Yeah, so 5.5.
We can roll 5, so you can probably click over one more. So set to 0, 0, 0. Yeah, it's about there. You can get there. There you go. You're tracking an ADF in, or an NDB in.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the exact same thing you're about to do, except you're going to be heading 110 out. We're going to take the drift, exactly what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Remembering that this needle will be the other way around,
Yeah.
so you'll see the tail
Yeah.
of it. And then we just got to kind of think about we're pulling the tail. If we're not in the right place, we're not going to the tail. Just where it gets really confusing. Because you can imagine if this was the tail right now,
Yeah.
you would be like so inclined to be like, I need to turn right to get back onto that track. But it's actually not. You have to go pull the tail over
Yeah.
to where you want to be.
Yeah. But also, like if I take the wind direction into my brain, then it makes sense to need to turn left, regardless of whether it's head or tail. Right? It's just because I know that, like, NDB's over there, the wind's coming from our left, I've got to nose into the wind, right? So it makes sense for me to do
Well,
that.
I'm not saying about wind though. I'm talking about specifically. Like, if you're flying this and you held the right drift, and this is like over here,
Yeah.
you're like, no, I want it to be 005, not like 030,
Yeah.
then I know that I need to pull that tail over to where I actually want it to be until it gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah? No? I'll use this because we're telling it, we want to track
So instead of
005.
pulling the tail, how does that translate to whether you're turning left or right?
Don't think about it that way. Don't think about left or right. That's what I'm saying. So imagine this is the tail, right?
Yeah.
So we're the ones deciding
Yeah.
what track we're going to go to the NEB, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now, our heading is 000, but we're
Yeah.
tracking 005.
Yeah.
If we wanted to track 030, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the head, what do we do with the head?
You push it.
Push it. So we just push it till it gets to 030. We basically keep turning and pushing it, and it would slowly do this.
Which is a right turn.
Don't worry about right left, just say push.
Oh, no, but to push it, I've got to turn right.
Yeah. Just think about look at it and go, I need to go that direction. Pushing it that way. Right? Go there. And then you wait till it gets 030, and it's 030, the roll wings level,
Yeah.
and now we're tracking to it. And then we apply the drift. Right?
Yeah.
Just like that. If in the case that where we're going to be 110,
Yeah.
right? Let's just take a fictional number here, completely fictional. Head, tail,
Yeah.
yeah? Let's say it was like this.
Yeah.
But in fact, we actually wanted it to be. Hold on, sorry. Let's say it was like this.
Yeah.
Ignoring. Imagine it was like that,
Yeah.
but we actually wanted it to be 005.
I'd be turning
Right.
left.
Yeah, because you're pulling the tail and you pull it over till it hits 005. You basically want to put the needle where you want the track to be, but it just depends if it's to the station or away. If it's to the station, you push the head. If it's away, you pull the tail.
Yeah.
That's it. So when we're flying outbound, if you're tracking if you've got your heading as 110 and for some reason this is all the way over here, we know we have to pull that tail all the way over till it hits 110.
Yeah.
When it hits 110, we can roll wings level, assess what the crosswind is, and apply a little bit of drift left or right, so we maintain that. It
Yeah.
doesn't move.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have no idea where we are now. Okay, we're heading.
Got us.
I know this high terrain. This is where you got to work out lowest safe altitudes.
Just for the record, there's storms on either side of us.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, but you're in the middle, you don't need the weather radar. I can see there's some build up cloud, there's some build up over there and there, a little bit there. There's nothing in between. We don't need the weather radar.
Yeah, that's
Fish
called
watch.
fluke flying.
No, I'm using the NDV. It's pointing at the thunderstorms. Okay, so we know there's high terrain though, so I'm just going to keep that in mind because we're like somewhere. I can't see us on this thing because mine doesn't show with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're somewhere here-ish.
Yeah, we're south of Burnie and south of YCATS.
I know if I look at this, I look at our lowest. This is our lowest safe though. So I know that if we're like out here,
Yeah.
then this is the 10-mile MSA.
Yeah.
Does it show 25? So if we're within 10 miles and we're out here, which we are, we can't go below 5,000. If we go out this way, you use about 3,000. So maybe I'll get you to, well, I mean, we're already here. I'm trying to basically get you to come in and then kind of like turn that way. I don't know if it's better to go this way and then go that way, or you'd rather go there and do that. You'd rather probably
I
do
gotta
this,
go left. Yeah.
like how we're doing.
Yeah.
So probably just take a track of this here. Compass in this view? It's so annoying. How annoying.
There goes the compass.
I don't want to compass in the center of that area. Let's take a heading of, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. That should keep us. Yeah, that should work. And then we'll
3,
kind
4,
of
5.
turn right and shoot in. Oh, good. Clouds as well. That's what you needed, to not be able to see. Well, maybe it's probably good for you. So you don't start trying to work out what's going on.
We're going to land with 2.2 ton of fuel. Assuming we don't do a missed approach.
Assuming nothing doesn't take a billion years. But it's like not taking into account everything else that we're doing. So, who knows? I mean, you can probably change that by going direct 30 and then apply uptake. Do that. Up to 2.2. Yeah.
No, Bernie's, yeah.
Burning right there. What if I go, if I delete everything else in between? Well, we don't need anything else, right? So we can get rid of everything else. Just do that. What about now? It's still 2.2. Thought I could increase that a little bit. Not including everything else that we're doing.
Well, it thinks we're going direct.
No, but it's still got the CGA.
Oh, okay. Yes.
On it.
Right.
There's still the other bits on it. Yeah, it's a good place to keep this. Yeah, we do all the Q&H and everything else, yeah.
No, have
We wouldn't even finish the chart for it. I got like half of it.
So, I need the
Good, yeah.
Avis.
So you can just get it from here. Just go to the weather on that.
Weather. Thing.
It's closed. So
Where do you do that?
click on it. Click on the airport itself. Just click on the name.
Yeah.
And like, jump to the billion time.
It's there already.
Yeah.
So 1006. Alright.
It also says no cloud.
1006.
Well, we're not sitting in here.
No, I know, but it's still in stand.
Okay, so with 1006, with our minimums,
Hang on. Wait. Going to mix this. Like that.
goes. So you can see why you have to stay above 5,100.
Ladies and
It's
gentlemen,
raining.
at this time we ask that you store any electronic devices until we are safely parked at the
Right,
gate.
straight
The use of
in
such devices
road,
could
runway
interfere with the electronic
3,
landing equipment
2.
on board the aircraft. In final preparation for
Air
landing,
Q&H
please
versus
ensure your
general
seatbelts are securely
For
fastened,
actual
your
versus
seatbacks are in the
forecast.
upright position, and your
You've
tray
taken it
table
from
is
the tab.
stowed.
Yeah,
Any hand
that's
luggage should be
technical.
underneath the seat in front of you
Actual,
or
that's
placed in the
technical
overhead locker.
forecast.
The flight
Because
attendants
it's a
will be
tab.
passing through the cabin one
Okay.
last time to
We'll
complete
call
their
it an
final
actual,
compliance
because
check and to
an
collect any
ATIS is an
remaining
actual
capsule
QNH.
glasses.
Okay.
But we'll just use the actual.
Okay. So, decision height 690 feet.
Yep, that's it.
Or altitude.
No, 690.
Okay,
Because you use Barrow.
And I'm on Barrow. Okay, so 690.
Radar altitude. Yeah.
690 set.
So, just to go through this again,
Yeah.
we're going to track 4,000 outbound on 110.
Yeah.
We're going to get the tail on
Yeah.
110, right?
Yeah.
The head will be on the reciprocal, which is +2, -2, -2, +2. Turns out this is where it gets confusing. It could be like 310, but then you're minusing 2 from that. So it's just weird. Anyway, it doesn't really matter though. We just want the tail on 110, right?
Yeah.
We'll apply drift as we need to. As we're tracking out at 5 miles,
Yeah.
we're going to start a descent from
Yeah.
4,000.
Yeah.
Just 5 miles. Start descent. We should end up about here at 3,100, I think we said.
Yeah.
We said,
Good,
we said
yeah. Oh yeah, and then we do the turn and come down to 2,300.
3,300. No, we're going to come to 2,300 is a hard deck.
Okay.
We're just rounding up from the 2480 because we want to get onto that 3-degree path.
Okay.
So we want to round out about 2,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
2,500. Yeah.
Not
Oh yeah, yeah. 2480. Yes. Okay. 25. Yeah. 00.
Then you're just on a 3-degree path. So take whatever your ground speed is, which will probably be about, let's say, 150. So take half of 15.
Yeah. 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah, add a 0.
Yeah.
750. That's all you need to do. 750 feet a minute. go 3 degrees off.
I'm not going to be able to calculate most of that. I'll be concentrating on flying.
No, it's easy. You just literally look at your ground speed. You go, cool, what's half of that? Add 0, cool, done. That's it. And as we decrease the speed, as we put in flaps, that's going to get slower and slower. So just keep that in mind. That's it.
Right, and then so.
We also have to put in stuff in there. There you go. 25. So you can already work out after that is about 600-ish. So your final approach will be about 600 feet a minute.
Right, so I want this to say 600.
Yeah, just that.
Okay.
I can give you altitude call-outs.
Hang on, what's the Barrow? 1100. About 11,000 feet.
Because you didn't set it in there. Wish there was a way to standardize. Where is it? I always forget where it is as well. It's set to 10,000. Boom. Done. Yeah, sure. You can come down to. It does look relatively high here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we within 10 miles yet?
No. Of the airport?
Yeah.
No, coming up on 20.
Yeah, okay, so we'll stay at 9 for now. I don't know why this doesn't show the 20 mile. I have to go to find the Australian version. Stand by 1. Stand by 1.
What?
Is it stand by 1?
Stand by what?
Yeah, I'm telling you to stand by your number 1.
Oh, I see. Okay. Standing by number 1.
You don't have to read that back.
Okay.
You just stand by.
Standing by.
Oh, I'll repeat this. Standing by. 20 mile MSA because I'm sorry, it's 25 mile MSA. It's 5,100. 10 miles, 4,600. Maybe it doesn't show 10 miles. Sorry, I'm reading this better now. This big circle, it's very confusing on a chart, is 25 miles. Then it tells you it's 4,000 within 10 miles. So 25,
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
So if we're within 10 miles, we come down to
20
4,600. Unless you're on an approach or being vectored by ATC, then you can come down to whatever that says.
Okay.
But because 25 miles, we have to be about 5,100. Interesting enough, these are headings. So this is a heading. So if you're heading 346 or you're heading 092, so this is where you need to do the reciprocal to know the radials to section off where the hell you are. Because that's fucking confusing. Because you're heading 346 is here 346 still
Yes.
to it, but it's very confusing. So if you take 346 minus 2, add 2, or plus 2, minus 2.
Yeah, but at the same token, that's easy for me to understand, right? If I'm heading towards the airport on 346, then that's
Maybe
what I'm doing.
346, but not a radial. But
Not
if you
for-
get the
no, no,
radial,
not
then
for
you can
radial.
do a proper split and go, okay, I'm in this section here then.
Yeah.
That's it, the difference. I'm trying to get this set up so you don't have to make too much range. Probably start tracking a little bit to it, maybe like a 020.
020.
40 knots is still fine. Okay. Just trying to nicely have this set up. It's not so easy for us to fix on this. Okay, we're in the 25 mile MSA.
Yeah.
So technically we can come down to 5,100 apparently.
Okay.
According to this. So let's come down to 6,000 to start with.
6,000.
Yeah, it's go to VNAV speed. Now it goes to idle, so it's just going to try and hold some 40 knots. I'm probably making all these people die for them because we have many radio calls and they think we're being hijacked. I wish I told you how high. I don't know how to interpret this. Do you know how to interpret this?
No.
I don't know if it's saying the train is at 3,000, 0 to 3,000.
Are you on terrain?
Do we think that's what that means?
I don't know.
Must be that. Must be saying this area here is 0 to 3,000. That's why we should be able to come down to 5,000.
Right.
there a way to get our background out? Shoot. Our radio out.
It'll come up automatically.
We can't pull it out now. Can
No, not that I know of.
How you feeling?
Okay,
Yeah?
so far so good.
Once we're on it, I think we'll make sense. We'll be like, ah, we're doing it. But I'll give you some call outs anyway. So you can see basically it gives you the distances and the heights that you should be at, those check distances.
Yep.
So if you want a 3-degree path, it tells you at 9.6 DME, which is here, yeah,
Yeah.
you should be at 3,000. And then at 8 miles, which should be at 2480. Funny about that,
Yeah.
where have you seen 2480 before? It's
Yeah,
here
well,
after the turn.
Yeah.
7 miles, 2170. So you just adjust. Try and reference the ground speed. Go, okay, it should be about 700 feet a minute around here. And then we just go, cool, 7 miles should be 2170. And if you're higher, then you're just going to increase it. There you go. Look at this.
Look out there. So it's
Paradise in front of us.
Oh, there's the lake.
See some?
Still soupy out there, isn't it?
All right, let's keep coming down. Actually, let's come down to 4,000 now. And I probably will have to pull you up to come back in because it's 4,000 unless you increase your descent rate right now. Because I want to be at 4,000 when we hit that. When we hit what? That CG, so you're going to turn in. And remember, we're starting this at 4,000 now.
Yeah.
So maybe 4,000 because I'm going to turn you in now.
Oh, I
basically.
see.
So turn heading 060.
060.
Right, heading 060.
Turn right.
Actually, turn right heading 090. Just keep coming.
090.
Keep going. 100. Just try. Yeah, something. Yeah. Right. Should be get to 4,000 before we get to the airport. So that's good. It will level off. And then we can start the approach. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume you're going to do this on autopilot, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's probably going to be hard to hand fly and do everything at the same time. Okay. Go into approach mode once you're on your map. I'll have this here, so you'll have it. Yeah.
Okay.
You happy with that?
Yeah, okay.
This is a clusterfuck of information.
I was going to fly it off that, but all right.
I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. Why is that not changing? It's really weird. I just deleted all these things and it's still there. No, but I just deleted all the other stuff.
Well, apparently not. Okay, approaching 4,000. There's the airport ahead.
Turn right. Further, like one. Yeah, something. All right.
110.
There you go. That works out well, right?
We're going to fly over the airport. Yep.
Now, go center on your map. Yep. Cool. Makes sense so far?
Yeah.
So, where's the NDB right now?
What's in front of us?
Yep. Based on that.
Yeah.
See
Because the arrow's still
Yeah.
pointing that way.
So we're tracking
We have to move
110.
110.
So what's going to happen as we go over the top of
It's
it?
going to flip.
Get the tail on 110.
Yeah.
We have a pretty lucky on this. There's no crosswind, pretty much. I'm going to put this on our crosswind here so I can see it. Yes, that
One,
point,
one,
point,
zero.
0.6 of a crosswind. I can't believe you're right.
Yeah, no wind at ground level.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens when we come back around.
Yeah. Okay.
So here comes the flip.
We slow down.
Sure. Here's slow down like 200 knots if you want.
Yeah, just a little bit slower. It just helped me.
Go 200 then, that's fine.
Okay, so flaps one.
That's fine.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Cool. There's the flip.
There it goes.
It's,
flip.
it's confused for a bit.
Yeah,
Give it a sec.
just
Let
cross
it
the runway, yeah.
stabilize. I don't know why the numbers are shooting.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to get the fix on my screen, am I? It'll be on your screen.
You can reference this.
Yeah,
You got to see it.
Yeah.
You got that. You got the DV number here as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to remove the other thing because it's
Alright,
going to
so at
shit
4.
out of here. So I'm just going to leave this. That to stop things spinning around everywhere. There you go. So
I'm going to match the flaps one bug. Okay, so
just focus on here.
yeah.
At 5 miles, we can start our descent.
Yeah.
3,100.
3,100. Yep.
Okay.
At a rate
500 feet.
500 meters.
You can see the tail is pretty much on 110. If you wanted to adjust it, don't do it. But if you wanted to, which way would you turn right now to get it further onto 110?
To the left.
Would you?
Yeah, it'd be. I've got to pull the tail.
Pull the tail.
So
So
go
you
turn
pull it
right.
over to 110. That's it. That'll be pretty much bang on. This is it. You're doing great so far. We can see there's that 5 mile line.
Yeah.
We're pretty much on that 110 line. We're doing good. So you've got 1 mile to go.
1 mile to go. And then
So
we're
set your altitude now.
to
Just don't do it yet. 3,100.
Yeah. And then I want
You
to.
can hit vertical speed now because it will come up as 0. And then at 5 miles now, start doing it. Yep, let's go. 500 feet a minute. Now. There we go. Stop there. That's it. There we go. Now everything happens a bit delayed, so we probably won't reach, or maybe we will. We'll see. At 8 miles, we're going to make a right-hand turn until the NDB is on 314.
314.
We want to start that turn at 3,100 and end it at 2,500. So prepare to start reducing this down to 2.5 as you turn.
As we turn.
Yeah, it's a lot to do. Okay. We're a little bit high, we're about 200 high, so probably increase this a little bit more, maybe about 700 feet a minute. Okay, because it just takes a while for the plane to start that descent, so we probably should start it a little bit earlier next time. There we go. We're at 8 miles. All right.
Yeah.
There's 8 miles. Right hand turn. Right hand turn. I can do this one.
Right. So it's 314.
It's good. This is the key. Always turn in the direction you want to go.
314.
Now remembering that this may not work yet. Okay, but okay, so you gotta be careful because you almost went over.
Well, that's why I was kind of hesitating, and then I took my eye off the screen. Yeah.
So you're gonna be slightly off, but it's okay. Just a bit extended further out. So it means that we will hit the 2,500 before the 8 miles.
Yeah.
Because now we're just a bit further out. All right, now keep it going. And basically, you can think about what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to push the head of the needle to that 314, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you saying yes and it doesn't actually make sense? Where's
Well,
the
we're
head
still in the
where's
turn,
where's
yeah.
the head of the needle right now?
Yes, it's there
Which is
to our left.
what number? What's the heading? What's
It's
the track?
301 or something.
300.
Three. All right, 300.
Right, so we know we have to keep
314.
pushing it over to 314. So it's good that you've gone past it
over it.
because you want to push it, right? But keeping in mind as we come through this turn, it's going to adjust as it comes through.
Okay,
We
we've
hit
leveled out.
2.5, that's fine. Because we don't want to go below this yet until we're at 8 miles.
Yeah, we also need to slow down.
Okay. You also need to have a look at this and look where it's going to put you, right?
Yeah.
So roll out. Okay. Roll out. Because we need to hit 8 miles. We need to be on this line here. That's where we need to be. Okay. So you'll find that that's going to now start to move. It's alright. So. Shush it over slightly further. There you go. There. Hold it there. Alright. We're now
25.
So now we go, when that hits 314, 315, it's going to be easy to read, yeah?
Yeah.
That's when we want to start turning it, yeah? We're close, so that's going to move quick.
So 310.
Okay, start moving now, okay, because we're really close. It's probably going to go over, that's okay, no. 314,
Well, it's just going to catch it.
just hit 314.
314. Okay.
Yeah.
Flaps 5.
2500.
Yeah, that's fine. Now remember, we skip 15 and go straight to 20 now.
Yeah.
What are brakes 2?
Yeah. Lights. It's got to be lights.
Nah, I don't know. There you go. Welcome to NDBs.
Okay.
There you go. See how like what's happening? Yeah, cool. But we're pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just because it takes a while. That's why hand flying is actually easier.
Oh, there's the runway ahead. Runway inside.
Okay.
Oh, we are way too fast.
Keep your hand ahead. Sorry. That's fine.
Okay. Flaps 20 in gear.
Flaps 20. Gear selecting. Now we're at 8 miles. We're at 8 miles. We're below, so we've got to keep descending down. Forgot about that. So now we're just going to descend. Descend. Just
2500.
Now, vertical speed mode, quick sticks. Marking ground speed, but a little bit more because we're going to do check height. So 6 miles, we should be at 1850 basically. So you can see that.
2500.
We forgot to do that. We can already see the pappy lights are 4 wide.
Yeah, so we're too high.
Look at that. You're holding about 314. You need to adjust for the crosswind. So there's a wind that's going to push us that way. I know it's a headwind, but it's still coming from the left. So you have to turn into it a little bit. Because you can see what's happening with the runway. The runway's slightly offset as well.
Yeah.
So you can see that.
Yes.
So that's why you need to hold that track, hold it in. This is good.
Flaps 30. Flaps 30. Gear down. Yep.
Yeah, our minimum's 690, so it should be about 700 actually. It should be there. And you can take over whenever you want to take over. Yeah, just arrest that kind of thing. So 3 miles, you should be at 900 feet.
3 miles, 900.
So you've still got 0.5 a mile and you're about to hit 900. So ease up on that. There you go. There we go. Back. Take half your ground speed, so 140, about 700. Yeah? Half of 140 is 700.
Yeah.
70 plus 0.
Yeah.
So we should be at about 700 feet a minute. So you can see
Approaching minimums.
Yeah.
you went to about 900.
Yeah, I know.
And you're now below the pappy.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. I'm just trying to explain. 2.7 you should be at
Minimums.
790, which is now.
The landing.
NDB approaches, eh? And this is why Cathay don't do it.
500.
2,
400.
That falls
300.
very fast.
400.
Not fast at all. Only 130 knots.
No, that's not what I meant.
You're just too low. Descending too quick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just hold it, don't let it drop.
300.
We should get like an instructor guarding the controls. Stop you.
Stop it.
Yeah.
200.
130, about 600 feet a minute. So you're going to get below it now. So,
100.
look at that. The calculation works.
There's a plane coming ahead of us.
40. 30. 20. 10.
manual braking.
Nice. Easy. There you go.
At that plane, is he going to do a go round?
Traffic. Traffic.
Landing on the wrong runway. Maybe they changed runways.
3,000
The wind
remaining.
was pretty. It was light.
Approaching on runway
Oh, there we go.
Caution, short runway, 3,000 remaining.
Until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft comes to a complete stop at the gate. That will give you any indication that it is safe to get up and move about the cabin.
That was.
We also ask you to
Phil.
keep the arms sealed and your hand luggage.
There was a lot happening at once.
We just forgot to descend. Because
We ask
that's
that you check
basically
the seatbelt pockets and overhead lockers.
Because if you fuck up the
Any
turning,
items you may have
then you're
brought
kind of
with you.
now pushed out further.
Extra care should be
Delayed the
taken when
descent.
opening overhead
It's
lockers,
like everything
as
just
some
starts
items may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us and wish you all a pleasant stay. Thank you.
But the maths works.
The maths worked.
Just wild if you just pull out, you're like, oh, there's a runway. It worked.
The auto brake system.
Yeah. Sort of ways doing it.
Well, because we don't have an automatic off.
Oh, that. I thought you were talking about like disengages.
No, so that's why I couldn't come around the corner because I had no thrust. Wow.
What?
No, there was a lot happening there.
It's like the hardest approach you can do. Like VORs are easy because it gives you the
Yeah.
CDI bar and you go, alright, let's go hold that. That's easy.
Yeah. look at this airport. Look at how crap it is.
Yeah, I tried to find a download for that.
I don't think there is one.
Yeah, there
Is there?
Orbix have one.
Oh.
Look, the wind. We came in with a tailwind, apparently. I don't know if I trust that. What's our heading? Is it 140? That implies that there should be the wind is 140 now. I feel like we didn't check that part of it. No, it is a tailwind now. The way we came in. Yeah. It's the 210 at 6 knots.
Oh.
We could have done a circling approach.
Could have done a circling.
Jesus, that would have.
We would have run out of fuel. We had 2.5 ton left.
I think it would have been a bit overload to break off the approach and draw a visual pattern.
That probably would have been easier, actually.
Oh, I don't know. When I did
I did a lot of hand flying.
I did circuits when David was here before he did the sim stuff at Cafe. That was all. Oh, there's so much in that circuit.
They would just pull up in front of this kiosk.
Oh, I really need flight simulator. It's gonna kill me.
Wow.
AP is running, so.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'll connect anyway. And then turn that off. And then you go to packs. Beacon off. Wing off. That's all good. Our lights are off. Oh, yeah, taxi's off. Seatbelt. And then we
Must have known everyone could just line up their cigarettes.
yeah. That's it. And then I do Adaroo and then battery Adaroo. Adaroo battery. Adaroo first, so it's not talking. It doesn't need power. And then
Imagine flying like that.
I can turn that off.
Imagine flying like that.
Yeah, look at that.
You'd be fucked. So you standby instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, should make you do that next time.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I wait for all the dings to finish.
I think you should do that actually. That's not a bad idea.
Oh,
We
great.
should do
idea.
complete lights off, having to fly on the
Great
standby.
idea.
No, seriously, why not?